Akademiks. Can't ride no wave. Is Diddy cooked? I'm really trying to figure this out, man, because I ain't gonna lie. Each and every day looks worse and worse. We'll get to the LA Times story in a bit, but listen to this, chat. And let me see if I can pull it up. So there was a guy who was a shooter at the Trump Resort in Doral. Okay? By the way, trigger warning, I'm going to play the video of why he got arrested.
Hotel surveillance giving police a very clear picture of what happened inside Trump National Doral back in May, moments before a man went on a shooting spree with police officers. Police say the footage shows 42-year-old Jonathan Odie dressed in all black, walking through the hotel lobby holding a gun, forcing him.
By the way, this is 5 years ago. Okay? 5 years ago.
Employees to run away. In the video, you see Odie leave, then return moments later, clearly unhappy and dragging a huge American flag shooting into the ceiling. He proceeds to drape the counter with the flag, angrily walking around, knocking stuff over, and even at one point trying to take down the surveillance camera. Once the flag is over the counter, Odie stands back and seems to yell before going back to destroying the computers covered by the flag. Moments later, it was hands up for Odie as police arrive. Watch as he starts ducking, even looks like he's about to surrender, while police fire shots into the hotel, but he takes his gun and fires back. The gun battle goes on for nearly a minute before...
Wait, what the fuck? Was he giving up then the cops are shot at him? Oh, shit. Police treating this nigga like a nigga. Oh, you ain't giving up. You ain't gonna give up now, nigga. You did all this bullshit. Now handle these bullets.
Even looks like he's about to surrender while police fire shots into the hotel, but he takes his gun and fires back. The gun battle goes on for nearly a minute before Odie decides to make a run for it. Another camera capturing him still firing shots, even tripping on the marble floor. Odie was shot in the legs as he ran away and was arrested after running up a stairwell. Shortly after this unfolded, police released body camera footage of the shootout, even showing the moments police went into the hotel, closing in on the suspect. Well, luckily, no police officer was hit by the gunfire. Odie suffered minor injuries from his gunshots to the leg. He remains behind bars. His defense attorney says he suffered a mental breakdown and is sorry for the violent outburst.
Okay, so that happened, right? Ooh, I just got like some news. I know y'all seen check Cardi's Instagram, but I see the text already. What did he post? He probably posted what I got on my phone. Let me see. Hey, I just got word. New Cardi tonight at 9:30. So new Cardi in 15 minutes. Oh, well, that's the video. New Cardi. Okay, I posted it. All right. Little sidestep real quick. Let me see. Playboy Cardi. What did he post? Oh, he posted the same thing.
Kai, tonight!
Okay, we'll see. Anyway, going back to this. So this whole thing with the Trump Doral thing, right? So this was a shooter. I don't know why this guy was upset or whatever the case is, but clearly he went up into Trump's resort in Doral.
To the ceiling.
And started shooting, had an American flag. Anyway, there was a interrogation footage that was released of the shooter. This is a shooter. His name is Jonathan Odie. Now, keep in mind, this was years ago. But in the interrogation footage, a lot of things are said that, honestly, before this month, we would have said this guy is batshit crazy. After this month, we're like, hold up now. Let's play the footage.
Both Diddy and Raw.
Here we go. So remember that this is him.
Stormy's story is bad news because it's embarrassing.
Okay, I don't like this goofy music.
It's not that he's laughing to the American people. He's embarrassed about Stormy's situation, okay?
You don't have,
Family in the United States?
yeah.
Just my dog, Bubbles. My
Just your
service
dog?
Yeah. Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay, okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross,
Yeah.
and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Alright.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter. Okay?
Who?
He said Khaled is I think it says Hamas, right? By the way, keep in mind, this is so prophetic because, you know, I didn't even know what Hamas was before this year, right? But clearly we know what's going on, Hamas, Israel. We get what's going on in the Palestine region or the Palestinian region or the regional land that the Palestinians occupy. And, yeah, again, keep in mind, this was in 2018.
They're all gay, okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross,
Yeah.
and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Alright.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter. Okay?
Who supporter?
Hamas.
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 Yeah. Gotcha.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No worries. No worries.
Hamas supporter, okay? I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot.
Wait, what?
Hidden in plain sight.
Wait. Now, I know y'all just heard that. You heard this nigga say he had sex with who? Cassie. And said that Diddy would masturbate. Let's listen to this guy. Again, before, and I forgot the YouTuber who found it. I think I do remember it. It's like Tisa or something like that. But salute to her. I don't really know who she is, but salute to her. People were watching this video for years and saying this guy's just batshit crazy because nothing he's saying, and he's saying a lot, was ever really brought to light. One of the only things that seemingly checks out via Cassie filing a lawsuit and alleging the same things he's saying is this whole freak-off shit. Keep in mind, this is 2018. He was interviewed by FDLE special agents, and he was interviewed then. Okay, let's keep it going. By the way, we're gonna get into it. I think those were like quick little highlights of what he's gonna say. Here we go.
It's him.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself
Yeah.
these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The
Boule.
The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people. Okay. I'm from Africa, so I'm not a racist.
Okay.
You're my brother, so I like black people.
Okay.
My mom, I was raised.
The Boule. You know the only person who I've heard talk about that is Hassan Campbell. So really, I would have watched this video saying this guy is batshit crazy. Because with all due respect, when I hear about Boule and all that shit, I'm like, come on, stop it, bro. Stop it. And I'm going to be honest with you, the only thing and the only reason we're watching this video is because 5 years before we find out what Cassie alleges Diddy did, he said the same thing, except people looked at him like, nigga, you're crazy.
By an African woman in my house, okay? She was just a servant, but she was she took care of me.
Right.
So I love black people,
Okay.
I had settlement with Sean, okay? He's Donald Trump, okay? Because he used to belong to their side. You understand? He used to belong to that illuminated group that I told you about, which is an elite group, okay, of individuals which run the whole country. All right. Basically, what I did. Did you tell him did you explain to him about the message? Or
Please elaborate.
On Thursday, turning to Friday, basically, I went to Donald Trump. I went through the gates. I took I jumped the fence and I took the American flag, I put it in the front desk, and I blew the chandelier. basically, what I did that for is to transmit a statement to the American people and to Donald Trump that we're not accepting any more corruption and abuse from their system of friends. Okay? Donald's still blind because he thinks that he let Hillary off the hook and she's okay. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm trying, okay. Keep going.
It ain't like that. The CIA.
Now, let's be clear. If we're watching this, we would think this guy is a conspiracy theorist, right? He's talking about like the highest of things, like Donald Trump, Hillary. You know, you gotta remember at that time, these are very relevant topics, but that has to do with politics. And he's also talking about the Illuminati. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. A nigga come to me talking about Donald Trump, secret societies, and Illuminati. I don't care if it's 2018 or 2023. I'm gonna call you batshit crazy, okay?
And then they want to do the same thing that he did to JFK, okay?
All right.
Why? Because they want the United States to fall. They've already been creating a state of chaos and confusion in the United States, and they want the United States to fall. Donald was against their agenda and won the presidency, okay? He did get help from Russia. He did get help from the Saudis. He also got help from a lot of Republicans in here, which is the Electoral College vote. And he got a lot of support from Republican people, okay? The elections, yeah, they weren't fair, but he wanted the Electoral College vote.
Right.
Which is the Republican vote, basically, got him through, okay? He didn't get the popular vote, okay?
Right. I hear you.
So basically, the interior, he made it. He's president-elect by the Electoral College. So he made it. The situation is that he still hasn't kicked out the corruption from the system. He's letting them stay due to money, basically, because they all like making money. That's why they're all billionaires, etc. So there's only there's select few that run the country, okay? So I know you may or may not. I know you're gonna believe me. You have what's called the Illuminati.
Illuminati.
Okay. Yeah, Illuminati. Okay. They've made it in dance. Basically, what it means, illuminated.
I got you.
Okay. They do satanic ritual abuse, which is basically CIA mind programming techniques to their own family, kids, etc. That are in the group, and they bond that way. Okay, so they do sexual pedophilia, they do animal abuse, killing of animals, blood sacrifices, and everything in the Bohemian Grove. Okay,
right.
The Bohemian Grove, the Bushes go there. George Senior.
Now, he's starting to get into things where, like, I've heard, this sounds like Alex Jones, right?
George, both of them are in the...
Now, bear with me a second, because it's going to take a minute or two. He's going to get to the Diddy stuff, right? All this stuff might mean nothing to you, or it might mean a lot to you, but for me, I'm looking at him like, yo, this nigga's just chatting, right? He's just chatting, but he's going to get to the Diddy stuff.
Same agenda. They cousins with the Clintons, okay? So is Donald Trump. He's also a distant cousin. So if you see, there's a direct correlation of the presence of the United States being bonded between family ties, okay?
Gotcha.
All these family ties, while not go back to the same place, the royal family in England, okay? The family here of the Illuminati are descendants of the royal British family, okay? They have children between themselves. Why? Because they have that issue, you understand? They want like superiority of the race. They see it that way. But it backfires on them because it makes them simple-minded. You understand? When you have sex with someone in your family, your kids are not gonna come out smart. You understand? They're gonna come out dumb. Alright? So Donald turned his back, but he's still trying to negotiate a peaceful way out, and they have an agenda to kill him. Okay? Example, if you look at the Illuminati card games, example, okay?
It's gonna come in the next minute, chat. I know he's talking a lot about Donald Trump, but
You look at the game, the Illuminati card game,
I'm not familiar with it, so help me understand.
it's a card game
It's a card game.
that
okay?
tells you exactly what their agenda is.
Gotcha.
It's called mental pre-program. That means that you predispose already once you play this, your mind is already predisposed at this happening, and you accepting it. Okay? So they have a picture of Donald dead in that game.
Oh, okay.
Alright? I'm not crazy. They have the picture of Donald dead. But they also had the Twin Towers. They had everything on there.
Gotcha.
Okay, from A to Z. So it's kind of like a hidden agenda, which they try to make it open to our eyes, but we really don't see it. We're so busy working.
It's kind of like hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself
Yeah.
these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's...
okay. So now this is a really interesting thing. So let me recap. He's talking a lot about the president, and we're talking about like at that time. Well, it was a former president at that time, right? No, actually, it was the current president at the time. It was Donald Trump. He's talking about the president, right? He's connecting a whole bunch of stuff, saying that there's secret societies at play. There's all these type of things happening. There's a lot of things happening beyond what people know. I would say it's bullshit, but shit, he goes on to that. Now they ask him, nigga, how the fuck you know this? And this is where he brings in Diddy. Essentially, what you're gonna hear him say is he was a sex slave. Basically, he was the guy fucking Cassie in the room, but he would hear Diddy, who was in the room masturbating, also have conversations with other people. And of course, he's a fly on the wall, but those conversations would make sense. I think he also signed an NDA, and then he realized a lot of the shit was covered up by the same lawyers, and you're gonna hear him kind of detail that. Here's the thing.
It's called the Boule. The Boule is a brand...
Let me go back to it one more time.
like a hidden agenda, which they try to make it open to our eyes, but we really don't see it. We're so busy working.
It's kind of like hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself
Yeah.
these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people. Okay? I'm from Africa, so I'm not a racist.
Okay.
Okay, you're my brother, so I like black people.
Okay.
My mom, I was raised by an African woman in my house. Okay. She was just a servant, but she was she took care of me.
Right.
So I love black people.
Okay.
I had settlement with Sean. Okay, and he belonged.
Jody said, I had a settlement with Sean. That's Diddy.
Black people. Okay. I'm from Africa, so I'm not a racist. Okay, you're my brother, so I like black people.
Okay.
My mom, I was raised by an African woman in my house. Okay. She was just a servant, but she was she took care of me.
Right.
So I love black people.
Okay.
I had settlement with Sean. Okay, and he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's his attorneys, which are Mark Geragos and Ben Mercedes. Ben Mercedes worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for 4 years and worked for Hillary Rodman for 5. Okay, when I take Sean the threat of death on me. Okay, I don't have it, but I can make it available under secrecy. That means that I wouldn't be liable because I don't want to be getting framed for anything. Okay.
All right.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean, Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters.
Whoa. I see the comments about 6ix9ine. We're gonna get to it. I see the comments about 6ix9ine. I see the comments about Cardi. We're gonna get to it. Calm down, relax. You're here with the king, bruh. You're with King Ak. Come on, bruh. Relax. Remember, this is 5 years ago. 5 fucking years ago.
I had settlement with Sean, okay? And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's these attorneys, which are Mark Geragos and Ben Mercedes. Ben Mercedes worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for 4 years and worked for Hillary Rodman for 5, okay? When I take Sean the threat of death on me, okay? I don't have it, but I can make it available under secrecy. That means that I wouldn't be liable because I don't want to be.
Let's go back again. I'm sorry, Chad. I know I'm like really dragging it. I'm dragging it here, but I want you to understand because when he said this at this time, it was bullshit. Now it's makes a little bit more sense.
Hidden in plain sight.
A woman in my house, okay? She was just a servant, but she was she took care of me.
Right.
So I love black people,
Okay.
I had settlement with Sean, okay? And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's these attorneys, which are Mark Geragos and Ben Mercedes. Ben Mercedes worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for 4 years and worked for Hillary Rodman for...
Now, okay, keep in mind why this information was being divulged. He basically said, I'm translating, I think y'all get it, I know y'all smart. He said, because he's talking all this shit about Donald Trump, all this shit about secret societies. They said, nigga, how do you know this shit? He said, well, I know it because of Sean Combs. They said, how you know because of Sean Combs? They said, well, I used to be a sex slave for Sean Combs and Cassie. I was the guy fucking Cassie. Diddy used to tell me what to do. He's jerking off in the corner. By the way, matches exactly what Cassie's been saying. That's odd. This is 5 years before we knew it. That's odd. Now he's connecting the dots. He said, basically, he contracted the herpes virus. And then he got a settlement from Diddy. Now, I'm not sure if he contracted herpes from fucking Cassie or I don't think he really says that maybe he had any type of, intercourse with Diddy or anything like that. But I don't know if the herpes allegedly came from him dealing with the Freakoffs because he's clearly describing the Freakoffs, right? Y'all ready? Like, he's describing the Freakoffs, right? So he's basically saying he gets some herpes. I guess he's like probably upset. Diddy gives him a payday. Yo, bro, take this money, take that, leave. Probably comes with a confidentiality agreement. Once we start talking about confidentiality agreement, what comes into play? Lawyers. Who would be privy to maybe some of these things normally if Diddy was having these private freak-offs where, who knows, if STDs, abuse, and maybe other allegations was prevalent then came around, you needed a trusted in-house lawyer to deal with those people to keep him quiet for eternity. So now he's saying, yeah, basically I found this information from the Freakoff when I got my settlement. I met Diddy's lawyers. Diddy's lawyers is the lawyers that's connected to a lot of this other shit, not only the music industry, but in politics. And that's how I figured this shit out. By the way, if we're thinking about connection, that makes sense. He's going to name a couple people. I'm going to Google them. And I'm sorry. Hey, this is the name of the video. You can watch it by yourself. Listen, like, shut the fuck up. Just play the video. I'm here to break it down, nigga. We gonna break this shit down, nigga. Nigga, we might find, when I'm done breaking this shit down, we might find a video of a freak off, nigga. Like, that's how we giving it up. Okay. Now, he's going to name 2 lawyers, or at least 1 lawyer. We're going to Google all these motherfuckers. We're going to figure this shit out, all right?
The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people. Okay? I'm from Africa, so I'm not a racist. Okay, you're my brother, so I like black people.
Okay.
My mom, I was raised by an African woman in my house. Okay. She was just a servant, but she was she took care of me.
Right.
So I love black people.
Okay.
I had settlement with Sean. Okay. And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's his attorneys, which are Mark Geragos and...
Let's stop right there. This is attorneys. Mark Geragos. This guy here. He's a famous criminal defense attorney. Let's just get into his shit real quick, right? Let's see what's going on with him. Okay, he was born here, went to here. Okay, cool. Here's his career. He was whatever. Obviously, the guy who founded a law firm named after himself. Let's see where we could find the connection to him and Diddy and maybe the politicians, right? Notable clients. Here we go. Okay, Susan McDougal. Okay, all right. Ooh, here we go. Now, here's the thing about like lawyers. See, lawyers kind of play an adjacent role to where politics is at, especially like, for example, you know why Kodak's lawyer is so powerful? Think about this. Think about this with me. Just reason. You know Kodak's lawyer, the one he calls daddy, Law Ronan, Bradford Cohen. He's the one who got Kodak pardoned, but he's the same lawyer who also got Lil Wayne pardoned. Basically, all I'm trying to say is that, and give me a second here. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that, I'm sorry, I'm posting the 6ix9ine clip on my Instagram. Thanks to my social media people who send shit to me. All right? So basically, what I'm saying, even with Bradford Cohen, it requires a lot for a lawyer to get the ear of politicians, where you could get people pardoned. You have to kind of start rubbing shoulders and doing a lot to get there, right? So this Geragos dude, right? He requested a presidential pardon for McDougal. Blah, blah, blah. Fuck all that. I mean, this is 2001. Let's just keep going. We just want to hear about the names he's representing. He's representing notable clients. Gary Condit, NASCAR driver Jeremy Mayfield, Scott Peterson. That's an interesting name. Okay. Roger Clinton Jr. Okay. That's an interesting name. I think, let's look. He's an actor and musician. He is primarily known for being the younger half-brother of the former U.S. President, Bill Clinton. That's interesting. Kesha sued Dr. Luke. Okay. Claire. Okay, we don't know who that is. Let's keep going down, though. Greg Anderson. This is during the whole thing. He was a trainer for Barry Bonds. Victor Willis. He also represented Chris Brown. Chris Brown was, when he was accused of assaulting his then girlfriend Rihanna, he represented him. And if you remember this face, that's where I saw him at. He was the guy making sure that Chris Brown was good. Okay. Do we see anything about Diddy? I don't know if we have seen anything about Diddy. Sean. That's kind of interesting. I'm searching Diddy's names or his pseudonyms. I can't see anything about it. But who knows? Maybe he did, maybe his firm, Geragos and Geragos, maybe had a civil end or, maybe an entertainment end that probably protected the likes and interests of, like, say, Bad Boy, and that would obviously be Puffy. Regardless, let's get back to it. So let's keep this name into consideration, Mark Geragos. We already see he's represented some people that are very close to politicians. And by the way, here it goes. In the early stages of Michael Jackson's molestation case, he handled this case and Scott Peterson's case, which are 2 huge cases in American, just criminal case history, period. Okay, let's go back to it. So he throws out Mark Geragos, and who else?
Ben Mercedes.
Okay, now that's the name that's going to be interesting. Here we go.
Okay, and he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's his attorneys, which are Mark Geragos and Ben Mercedes.
Now let's find that name. Ben Mercedes. I don't know how to spell the name. Ben. Fuck. Mercedes. Trying to find the link. I can't find it. Ben Mercedes. Oh no. Let me see if I can find it over here. Ben? How do you spell that name, chat? Cause will you help me out? I need to Google that person. If anybody can spell that name for me, how's it spelled? Okay, I just seen. Ben Mestasis? No, that's not it. No. Ben Mersales. Let me see that. Mersales. I think this is a guy. Is he? I think this is a guy right here. So his name is this, chat. Ben Mercedes. I'm going to get to Cardi, don't you worry. Ben Mercedes. Okay, so he's been a lawyer. Okay. If you already look, his Twitter's tweeting about a lot of Trump stuff. Okay. He has a wiki, or kind of a wiki. Can't really see anything. Oh, we do see Diddy. Here we go. His unusual high school and college internships, which included time spent at a Sean Diddy Combs Bad Boy Records and several years in Washington, D.C. So here's the link. Diddy, politics. Washington, D.C. is politics. Look, offices of then Senator Hillary Clinton and Diddy. That's interesting. That's kind of odd. So this guy who we think is batshit crazy, he's dropping names that people do know. And by the way, we're knowing now because of a Google search. But Ben Mercedes. Okay, let's see if we can find a closer link to him and Diddy, right? Sean Combs. My bad. Ken Mercedes. The marvelous Mr. Mercedes. Meet the attorney who closes deals for Lady Gaga, Sean Combs, in The Weeknd. Huh. Is it Ken Mercedes or Ben Mercedes? Oh, it's Ken Mercedes. Oh, his son's name is Ben. Ah, so we have, I don't know if you've seen this. So we have Ken Mercedes. We have Ken Mercedes and his son Ben Mercedes. Interesting. Let's Google his father. Ken Mercedes. Ironically, first picture that pops up. Interesting. Inter-fucking-resting. Okay. So this is a lawyer that is working for these niggas. It's working for Diddy. There's another picture here. Cool. So Ken or Ben? Ben is Ken's kid. Okay, let's go back. So now we've heard two lawyers that have clear links to politics, clear links to maybe something that could be, deeper than just music, but they also have links to Diddy. So maybe this guy ain't just bullshit, right? Let's go back again.
Right.
So I love black people.
Okay.
I had settlement with Sean, okay? And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's his attorneys, which are Mark Geragos and Ben Mercedes. Ben Mercedes worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for 4 years and worked for Hillary Rodman for 5, okay? When I take Sean the threat of death on me, okay? I don't have it, but I can make it available under secrecy. That means that I wouldn't be liable because I don't want to be getting framed for anything, okay?
All right.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of
15 encounters. Whoa.
Sean the threat of death on me, okay? I don't have it, but I can make it available under secrecy. That means that I wouldn't be liable because I don't want to be.
What is he talking about making available in secrecy? Let's get back.
Ben Mercedes worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for 4 years and worked for Hillary Rodman for 5, okay? When I take Sean the threat of death on me, okay? I don't
Threat of death? What is he talking about?
have it, but I can make it available under secrecy. That means that I wouldn't be liable because I don't want to be getting framed for anything, okay?
All right.
Sounds like he's about to break maybe a possible NDA or settlement NDA, and he's just saying, hey, this is secrecy, right? Sounds like that?
I had sex with Cassie and Sean.
Now, that's interesting. We gotta, I think he's saying all this nonchalant because that's not his main purpose of being here. His main purpose of being in this interrogation room is, why did you shoot up the Trump resort at Doral? Why? That's the question. Why did you shoot up the Trump resort at Doral? He's not being interrogated for possible sexual escapades with Diddy. He's just mentioning it while he's having a free-flowing thought. And, he's glossing over certain things, but we got to take his words very carefully because it's important. What did he just say? He just said he had sex with Cassie and Sean. He didn't just say, I had sex with Cassie. He says Cassie and Sean. Now, that could be very open-ended. He clearly already says he used to have sex with Cassie and Diddy was masturbating, which means he's just having sex with Cassie. Being a cuck doesn't mean you're having sex with a guy who's fucking a girl. But then, what does having sex with Diddy as well mean? Does it mean that maybe they both had sex with Cassie at the same time? Does it mean that he had sex with Diddy by himself? Maybe he fucked Diddy, Diddy fucked it. Who knows? These are all allegations and allegedly, but we're taking and we're making assumptions from what this guy has said in this interview that came out 5 years before we knew any of this. By the way, the STD thing is going to be very pertinent too, right?
On me, okay? I don't have it, but I can make it available under secrecy.
Okay, I see everybody say 6ix9ine, and this is a guy who clearly is now trying to connect how he knows about these things in terms of like the Illuminati and these other things about, certain politicians, and he's saying it's because of Diddy, and Diddy, he was a sex slave for Diddy, and he had a settlement with Diddy, and that's when he signed some paperwork that allowed him to, interact with those lawyers, and that's when he found some shit out.
Exactly what their agenda is.
Gotcha.
It's called mental pre-program. That means that you predispose already once you play this, your mind's already predisposed that this happening, and you accepting it. Okay, so they have a picture of Donald dead in that game.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm not crazy. They have the picture of Donald dead, but they also had the Twin Towers. They had everything on there.
Gotcha.
Okay, from A to Z. So it's kind of like a hidden agenda, which they try to make it open to our eyes, but we really don't see it. We're so busy working.
It's kind of like hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself
Yeah.
these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people. Okay. I'm from Africa, so I'm not a racist.
Okay.
Okay, you're my brother, so I like black people.
Okay.
My mom, I was raised by an African woman in my house. Okay. She was just a servant, but she was she took care of me.
Right.
So I love black people.
Okay.
I had settlement with Sean. Okay. And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's these attorneys, which are Mark Geragos and Ben Mercedes. Ben Mercedes worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for 4 years and worked for Hillary Rodman for 5. Okay? When I take Sean the threat of death on me, okay? I don't have it, but I can make it available under secrecy. That means that I wouldn't be liable because I don't want to be getting framed for anything. Okay.
All right.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a sex slave. Okay, for them that's what I was. That's all. All right. I caught herpes, and I came back and I sued him for the herpes and won. But they did. Mark Geragos and Ben Mercedes were his attorneys, okay? And Christopher Leon's here was my attorney. They asked me to turn in that, which was the video recording, and I did so. They gave it back to me accidentally, and it's possible, I threw everything out, it's possible I can produce a copy.
Gotcha.
It's possible, I'm not sure. Now, how does this lead towards Donald Trump?
Okay.
The Mercedes family, Ben Mercedes, that works with Mark Geragos. Mark Geragos used to be Michael Jackson's attorney.
Yeah, out in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He drugged Michael and they OD'd him, okay? He didn't overdose. They OD'd him because they keep the royalties of the music. Michael alone made $860 million alone last year, okay, in 2017. Which who keeps that royalty? The music companies. Who represents the media and entertainment in the United States? Most of them, Mercedes does. Kenny Mercedes, which is Gruber Mercedes Shire out of New York. Okay. So what they've been doing is they've been promoting a hate agenda against Trump. So people hate him. Okay, because they know he is very alpha. Okay. Very alpha in the sense that he likes money, he likes to make money, and he likes women, and they know they want to defame him in certain ways with Stormy, with other people, because they want him out of the government, okay? But it ain't happening because it's too smart for them. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm trying to, right?
Don is intelligent. We have a similar type of intelligence and overview of things. The only thing is he's not seeing that Hillary is a distant cousin of his and Obama have a different plan for him. Do you understand? No offense with Obama. I love each and every American, but he was part of that 9/11 agenda. He's a CIA agent, an ex-CIA agent. That's why there's so much identity issues with Obama. who knows his real name. They say he was born in Indonesia, and he's also born in Hawaii. Nobody knows. Why? Because he's an ex-CIA agent.
Okay.
Basically, Osama bin Laden never existed. It was a creation of the CIA, and it was Obama in a cave talking shit.
Okay, now this is where it starts getting batshit crazy. So he kind of had the Diddy shit right, but now he's saying Osama bin Laden never existed. It was Obama in a cave talking shit. Okay, now he's getting a little bit cuckoo.
And looking like an Arab. And then they bombed the Twin Towers. Okay? So my problem is, I'm here to expose each and single one of them to the American public for the crimes committed on September 11th, 2001, and therefore. Okay?
Now tell me though, how all of that led up to Thursday night, Friday morning.
Well, I've been trying. My settlement put me in a box. Basically, I couldn't talk because otherwise I'll be sued. So I let it be, but they've been following me, and they've had, Geragos has had the FBI on me, has had other agencies looking at me and spying on me, okay, because they want to set me up as an extortionist. Like if I was extorting Sean for money. It's wrong. Basically what happened is Diddy and Ross, which they're good buddies, okay, they're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay. Okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross,
Yeah.
and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Alright.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter. Okay?
Who supporter?
Hamas.
Hamas. Yeah.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No worries.
Hamas supporter, okay?
Right.
Basically, he's Arab, Palestinian, okay? The Ciroc agenda, okay, is basically binge drinking poured out on our youth. They promote binge drinking and drugs.
Gotcha.
The hip-hop agenda was laid out by Obama during his last presidencies purposely. That's why they had Tupac killed, because when they kill them, you gain fame. When your record sales go up, and then people listen to your lyrics and everything, and then you become famous, okay? That's how they do it, alright? Tupac's still alive.
Yeah.
He's in Cuba. Basically, what happens is the following. The hip-hop agenda is an agenda to move drugs all over the United States. You need to involve the DEA. They move all the dope on private jets, which don't get screened by
customs?
by
Anybody? Okay.
inside the United States, okay? They move what's called high-grade powder MDMA. They move cocaine, and they move liquid cocaine in their bottles too. Okay, so they put the liquid cocaine in the bottle.
Hey, Chad, do you think this thing is capping, or do you think like, yo, hey, this thing is cooking? Is he capping or cooking? What do y'all think? Because I can't tell right now. Is he capping or is he cooking?
Balls and they move it. I've seen the liquid cocaine, I've drank it myself, having sex with Diddy and Cassie. Okay, it's not good. He drinks it all the time. Alright, he calls it G-juice, but it's liquid cocaine.
Alright.
How do I know there's a conspiracy against Trump? Because it's in the Illuminati card deck. He should look at it for himself.
But let me bring it back to Thursday night, Friday morning.
Sure.
I mean, how did all of this? I think I better understand what you're saying. But what I want to know is, how did that prompt you? How did that make you do what you did that night?
Well, we're getting to a point that his assassination is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it's an agenda they're perpetrating on the media and the news. Example, Madonna is a client of Ben Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
Madonna.
He has her go on public TV and say, oh, someone should, I thought so many times of going up and blowing up the White House.
Gotcha.
Okay? They gave her that little message.
Did she ever say that? Madonna, White House. Singer defends blowing up the White House. Madonna defends blowing up the White House.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House, but I know that this won't change anything.
I love the left. When they say, I dreamed about blowing up the White House, they didn't mean I dreamed about blowing up the White House. They actually meant the yellow, purple banana, but they didn't want to say yellow, purple banana because it was too shocking, so they said blow up the White House. I mean, give me a break. What you have is an emerging left-wing fascism. She's part of it, and I think we have to be prepared to protect ourselves. Frankly, she ought to be, I mean, the truth is, she ought to be arrested.
That little message is Hillary's message, okay? Because Hillary sends it to Geragos, and Geragos gives it to Mercedes, and they give it to
Gotcha.
the
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
Okay, now
I get all of that.
you're gonna need an internet, so I can show you. If I show you the website, you're just gonna go like, oh fuck.
All right. Help me understand you.
Sure.
How old are you?
I'm 42. I've been through all my life. I've had a great life. I've settled $4.125 million with Diddy. Okay, but he's scared I was an exposed.
Wait, say again what?
And they give it to
Gotcha.
the
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
Okay, now
I get all of that.
you're gonna need an internet, so I can show you. If I show you the website, you're just gonna go like, oh fuck.
All right. Help me understand you.
Sure.
How old are you?
I'm 42. I've been through all my life. I've had a great life. I've settled $4.125 million with Diddy. Okay, but he's scared I was an exposed.
I don't want to talk about Diddy right now. I want to talk about you. Help me understand you. I mean, who? I don't. Obviously, we never met.
Did he said 5.4 million? How much money did he say?
I don't know you from Adam's
I
Cat.
know.
I'm trying to, We'll
That's
get back. We'll get back to the
Hey,
event.
I got like 30 years of dogs. I'm good.
Where you from?
I was born in South Africa.
What town? What city?
Newcastle, the Valley of a Thousand Hills. I'm from Zululand. I'm what you call a Zulu.
Okay. All
I
right.
was born there, and then my parents were Latin descent from Argentina. They escaped the military dictatorship in Argentina.
Pinochet, all that.
No, the Argentina one.
Argentina?
Yeah, my Pinochet was a Chilean one, but
Okay. Okay.
I
All right.
can't remember. It was like a military dictatorship. I can't remember the names.
All right. All right. How many years did you stay in South Africa?
12 years in South Africa, and I stayed 12 years in Argentina, and then I came here to the United States, and I've been here 20 years since.
Okay. Yeah.
18 years
All
actually.
right. Parents. So you got a mother and father? They're still
Dad,
alive?
Dad came and visited me. He died here of
Okay.
cancer, and Mom went back at home. I think over visiting with my sister in Europe.
Okay. What year did your father pass away?
2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay. Did that have any effect on you? I mean, what was
Not
your,
really.
your
I'm not
relationship like with your father?
Well, I suffered a little child abuse when I was a kid.
Okay.
And I believe he's not my real dad, but it's okay, you know.
All right.
I sometimes, you know, maybe that's what he thought. I don't know.
Okay. All right. And your mother, where's your mother right now?
She's I think in Argentina or traveling in Europe.
Okay. What's your relationship like with her?
Distant, but
Okay.
distant but nice.
All right. Well, any brothers, any sisters?
Yeah, both also distant but nice.
Okay.
They both they're in Argentina. Well, my brother's in Argentina, my sister's in Europe with my mother.
Oh, so you don't have?
Family in the United States?
Yeah.
Just my dog Bubbles. My
Just your
sister.
dog?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're not married? You're single?
I'm divorced.
You're divorced?
Message to the American public, a wake-up call. It's called a wake-up call.
Uh-huh.
It's like when somebody rings a bell, for Americans to wake up. Americans like you, like me, like all of us here.
All right, you said premeditated, so you thought about this. You thought this through.
Yeah.
How long have you been thinking about it?
It's easy. That's like.
That helped me understand. I don't.
Well, really,
when you say premeditated, you must have been thinking about it for a while. How long have you been thinking about doing what you did?
That's the shooting they're talking
Well,
about.
when I say premeditated, it means that I went and did it by myself. That's all. And I didn't think about it like for a month.
Okay.
I didn't plan it for a month.
Okay. When you say premeditated, I thought maybe you planned it out. Like
I ran my own personal investigation, which I figured out with myself that this is going on, and we're still having issues of corruption at the highest place in our government.
I get that. Now, when you say you did your own investigation, what'd you do?
Basically, out of all the times I went and saw the attorneys, did my research online, and I found out the whole puzzle of their organization.
Okay. All right. So you didn't tell, well, before I ask that question, so you have an ex-wife, you got a girlfriend, you got anybody that you talk to? I'm trying to understand if you got somebody that you interact with on a daily basis.
Yes, I have a good friend, a breakfast buddy. His name is Luis David Gonzalez, and we go to the gym every day. He has nothing to do with what happened Thursday. Though he's a witness, he's gotten shot at by them, and he's a witness. It was not so. Trading.
Okay.
That I inherited from my father.
The dumpster?
In my trash can.
Okay. Well, exactly what?
It's simple. It's just like I just need to use square cash and but then I went into the electronics sector.
Okay. All right.
Here that's what's being grown.
Okay. All right. Do you have anybody that you can think of that you used to work with, that you trust, anybody, any former coworkers, anybody that you would reach out to if you ever needed help at any of those jobs?
No.
Night, Friday morning.
They are. So does the CIA. Maybe the Secret Service does. Christopher's been talking to Geragos for years. They've been doing, my attorneys here, Mace Laura, they've been doing business. They've been getting referrals for years after I cut the deal with Diddy. They made friends, and they be doing deals.
I understand.
Now, I'm not a cynicist at all, and I'm usually on the opposite side of any type of conspiracy theory. But if I'm supposed to believe 1 ounce of what this guy is saying, and by the way, he gives me a reason to believe 1 ounce of what he's saying, because he's saying something 5 years before we ever found out that that thing was going to be alleged about the same person we're talking about now. I'm talking about Diddy. Cassie alleges that they were in freak-offs. Random men having sex with her. He's jerking off in a corner. He describes this 5 years ago. So if I'm giving him a little bit of merit for that, even though he goes on to talk about a bunch of other things, which I might be like he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over, it might be a little crazy with. But let me see if I'm giving him a little bit of credence. If I'm listening to this guy right, what he's pretty much describing in totality is that Diddy is a part of this secret society. He's saying the boule. He's saying this is top level secret society, like Illuminati shit. Diddy is someone who brokers these deals for other people. Diddy has been connected to these lawyers that's helped him in his business affairs, but these are the guys who got the ties to politics, which he did a political or seemingly political crime. So if I'm supposed to believe this, which I'm going to go down a route, which this is all alleged here, people, is it fair to assume that if we're saying that Diddy's getting exposed and he's been thrown to the bushes by whatever, and if we're to be thought that he was protected for years by NDAs, settlements, and all these things of the sort, and all of a sudden in 2023, he doesn't get a settlement until it's public, which is already gone to left, and now everybody's kicking him out the boat. Perhaps Diddy crossed, or Diddy did something that would offend the higher-ups in this boule or this Illuminati, which, again, I'm going to keep saying, as my disclaimer, I don't really all the way believe this, so this is just an allegation. But is it reasonable to think that maybe Diddy did something to piss off one of these high people? And these people pretty much orchestrated for a public lynching of him, which would be his reputation. And it would start with this whole freak off. That's what this guy, like, if I'm supposed to believe what he's saying, they kicked Diddy out the whip. Because the reason why he keeps bringing up Diddy, he's saying Diddy's brokering deals. Hear what he says.
They've been doing, my attorneys here, Mace Laura, they've been doing business. They've been getting referrals for years after I cut the deal with Diddy.
They've been doing business and getting referrals for years after cutting the deal with Diddy.
Made friends, and they be doing deals.
I understand all that.
They threw me into the feds for conspiracy of something that I had not done. I was claiming breach of settlement. Now, the way the story is, it works as the following. Donald has an issue. His doctor prescribing Propecia. You know what Propecia is?
It's the skin or the hair?
Hair growth thing.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay? So basically what happens when you take Propecia, your dick goes limp. But limp because you're taking Propecia. He has air issues. His doctor, birthday, slipped the Propecia out, okay? So for him, Stormy's story is bad news because it's embarrassing. That's why he's going crazy with that. It's not that he's lying to the American people. He's embarrassed about Stormy's situation, okay?
Interesting. Interesting, Chad.
Also in this lawsuit, this girl that was 17 at the time, she say that, you know, I guess her and Diddy was having relations and he couldn't get off. So he was complaining to her one time that, you know, he couldn't get off, and for him to get off, she had to pinch his nipples real hard for him to get off. I mean, yeah, man, this lawsuit is wild, man.
She should have had on white polish, fingernail polish.
Why is that?
No, man, we shouldn't be laughing about that, man, you know, because she is a victim. You know what I'm saying? She is a victim, man. And if this is her victim story, we got to be more, I think, more compassionate. She was 17 years old at the time. She was fascinated by that whole thing, getting on a G4, G5 jet. You understand? And what was her parents, man? What was her daddy, her mama? They didn't miss their child? She didn't come home that night? I don't know, man. I can't fathom the whole idea, man. But it's crazy.
When you hear about this stuff, right, like the 17-year-old girl saying that, you know, Diddy, he couldn't get off unless she pinched his nipples real hard. And you got Cassie saying that, you know, he'll make her look up BBCs and he like to masturbate while she get banged by BBC. You're not surprised when you hear about this stuff, right?
Bruh, I knew about the butt plug fetishes because I saw that with my own eyes. I knew about him and Kim being swingers with other people, whether it was another male or another woman or a male and a woman together. I saw that with my own eyes. You got to realize is that after 2005, I didn't see anything that Puff was doing or what he didn't do. Puff had got addicted to opioid. And being addicted to those things bring other drugs on. I seen Puff smoke a cigarette. I never saw him smoking a cigarette. He was on the beach smoking a cigarette on YouTube. Then I seen him, you know, smoking weed and drinking. I was like, that ain't the Puff I know. Drinking like he was and doing all like that. And that ain't the Puff that I knew. You understand what I'm saying? You got to realize he had a certain respect around me because I was his OG from the same gang. You understand? And he knew I was law enforcement. He knew I didn't play certain things. So he ain't gonna do what he do around other people in front of me because he know I'm gonna check him on that. But what you trying to do? So to say that what he's being known for with Cassie, I can only equate to some of the things that I seen him and Kim go through. You understand what I'm saying? So people get mad, but it is what it is. I can only equate his actions like that.
Crazy, man. So all this stuff about him having fetishes is true.
Oh, no doubt. Especially if he getting butt plugs in different flavors.
But speaking of butt plugs, right? I remember some years ago, Cameron, he did an interview and he told a story about how he went to Diddy house with mates.
Yeah.
And he found the dildo in the sink.
I think that was crazy. I think that was out of, and then Mace said that was Puffs. I think he said Mace said that was Puffs, but Mace was in the bathroom with it. I don't know what that was all about, man, but that was real weird to me. That was crazy.
Crazy, man. But before we get off of that, right, I remember you told me a while ago that, Mace, he used to live with Diddy, and he know a lot of stuff about Diddy that a lot of people don't know.
Man, it's a lot of stuff that Mace and Usher know that they ain't telling about Diddy. There's a lot of stuff that they know. Can you imagine, bruh? Can you really imagine?
What you mean by Usher, though?
Usher used to stay with Diddy, too, when he was younger.
Anyway. The LA Times dropped an article today, which I can't really see without having to, pay for this, website. Is it this? Oh, no, it's not. Give me a second. So, the LA Times, Diddy, they dropped a whole article called Behind the Calamitous Fall of the Hip Hop Mogul. By the way, this has a whole bunch of other things in it. Let me see. I can't even find it. Yeah. Essentially, it's like more allegations. Some of these allegations are backed by apparently people who worked in these bad boys' offices, people who worked in corporate settings with him. So these aren't like the allegations you heard from the lawsuits, but just different allegations. People just claiming that he was openly doing stuff, which, I mean, I'm being honest with you, man. Like, at this point, it's beyond a pylon. It's unanimously that I think people are kind of waiting for if there's possible criminal proceedings that's going to come from this, because I do think that the window is getting very, very small in terms of is he done publicly, at least for now or for the foreseeable future. By the way, his last album, Diddy's last album, which is called the Love Album, which was dropped in 2023, it was actually dropped, it was dropped, let me see, I forgot what label dropped it. I think it was Motown or something like that initially, but they have since said, let me see, Motown. Initially, I think it was dropped through Motown, but Motown confirmed that they don't do business with Diddy anymore. They actually have returned the rights to the album to Diddy. Not too sure if it's because of the allegations, because usually the music industry don't care about shit like that. I mean, look, like, they still got Murderer signed that's on, on trial. So I don't think they would drop Diddy necessarily, but pretty much nothing is going according to plan for him. Clearly, 50 Cent keep playing around. 50's clowning the shit out of him. You see 50 basically just posted up this, which is Diddy accused of beating another woman, this time in his bad boy office. Matter of fact, it's a media takeout site, but let me see. Diddy. Let me see. Yeah. Got to take anything from me to take out. You got to read with a grain of salt. Sean Diddy Combs is facing another abuse allegation. Me to take, I learned from the LA Times. Okay, so they're citing at least a credible source. It's a legend that the former record label head allegedly assaulted a woman in front of his employees. Last month, his girlfriend, Cassie, a singer known as Cassie, accused him of rape and forcing her to have sex with male prostitutes in front of him. Along with repeated physical assaults, Diddy paid off Cassie reportedly $100 million. One former employee, Kiki Burrows, said that he had the propensity for violence way back then. Kirk co-founded Bad Boy Entertainment with Combs in 1992 and served as president until Diddy fired him in 1997. It just wasn't as well known. By the way, we also got to keep in context, and just to be fair to Diddy, he might not have the best rapport with this person because he fired them, okay? So just keep that in mind. It just wasn't well known. It was almost like it was a part of his operating manual. He was so traumatizing to women. There's more. He says 1994, Diddy physically assaulted a woman in Bad Boy offices, breaking a glass coffee table in an altercation. They were entangled and I had to pull him off her, all right? Another Bad Boy employee who witnessed the incident and requested for anonymity for fear of retaliation confirmed Burr's account to the Times. He was hitting and punching her, the former employee said. The woman allegedly assaulted by Combs could not be reached for comment by the LA Times. 50 Cent posts this and says, "What the fuck was you doing over there, brother love?" He's not letting his foot off of Diddy's neck at all. He also posted the LA Times article and he says, every day there's something new. Diddy do it, coming soon. Very sad to see, man. Clearly, Diddy dropping that statement, which I think that's the last thing that's probably still on his page, where he's saying enough is enough. I ain't do shit. People are making up lies for, a quick payday, which clearly, I think at this point, Diddy got to be thinking a few things. Number one, he has to be thinking that he regrets even selling with Cassie, because no matter what secret she had for him that she didn't bring out yet, bro, you paid her and you're getting more help from everybody else, right? Also, you paying her as public, so now people know you're cutting the check. So that's even more problematic. And pretty much you're just not in the best position based on you paying her. If anything, you should have paid her before it went public. Now it's public, and to be honest, it's like you went through a lawsuit. If it was going to go public, you should just let it rock. Go try to beat it at a trial, or pay her off before it gets to public at all, right? Damn. All right. What's the next thing I was trying to cover here? Give me 1 second. Okay. What was the other thing I was trying to cover? Oh, Nicki Minaj and Cassie. Now, if you guys didn't watch this, man, this was kind of